A group of friends discovers a mirror acting as a gateway to alternate universes. However, harnessing knowledge from these realms to improve their lives leads to escalating risks and perilous outcomes. Stick around until the end to see a great manipulation by a character. Welcome to your daily dose of Movie Pill. Today, we'll be looking at a 2018 sci-fi mystery titled Parallel. Spoilers ahead, and let's get right in. On a calm evening in the suburbs, Marissa lies in bed, flipping through some photos while her husband reads nearby. Their tranquility is interrupted when their dog starts barking. Marissa heads downstairs to feed him, but discovers his bowl untouched. As she investigates further, she finds broken glass from a shattered picture frame on the floor. While examining the photo, she's suddenly attacked from behind by a masked stranger wielding a gun. Forcing Marissa to sit, the intruder places a pillow over her head and fires. Shockingly, the attacker removes the mask, revealing herself to be another Marissa. After putting on the deceased Marissa's clothes, she conceals the body in her car's trunk and rejoins her husband upstairs. He remains oblivious to the switch, unable to distinguish between the two Marissas now sharing his bed. Fast forward 2 years, and Noelle and Devin are showcasing their parking app to a tech company. The boss is impressed with their proposal but shortens their deadline from 4 weeks to just 1, having met another team capable of delivering in that time frame. Feeling betrayed, the team suspects Seth of stealing their idea, especially since he declined their job offer due to low pay. While Noelle is tempted to confront him physically, Devin intervenes to prevent any escalation. Meanwhile, back at their home, Lena and Josh spend time together. Josh compliments Lena's artistic skills, suggesting she should aim higher than just designing app layouts. When Noelle and Devin return with the disappointing news, they all decide to unwind at Carmen's bar to take their mind off of things. While serving their drinks, Carmen shares a chilling tale about their supposedly cursed house. She mentions that the previous occupant, a reclusive woman, disappeared without a trace 2 years prior, and her absence went unnoticed for some time due to her isolated lifestyle. To shift the mood, the group tries to lighten things up with banter. Carmen playfully teases Lena about her past tumultuous relationship with Noelle, while Josh attempts to flirt with the girl, only to be rebuffed by her protective boyfriend. Upon returning home, they grapple with the daunting task of completing the app within a week, a seemingly impossible feat. Tensions rise when Devin expresses his desire to quit and join a more established company, sparking anger from Josh, who vents his frustration by hurling a tool at a picture of their logo. The impact causes the frame to fall, revealing that the wall behind it is fake. Upon closer inspection, Lena makes a startling discovery. The wall conceals a hidden space. The friends dismantle the wall, revealing a staircase leading to an attic they never knew existed within the house. The attic is a mix of ordinary items and peculiar finds that raise suspicion. They discover photos of Maurice seemingly shadowing her doppelganger around town, 2 identical magazines with subtle differences in context, a hidden passage behind a closet leading to the rear of the house, and a unique periscope allowing views into every room. During their exploration, Devin accidentally stumbles, knocking into a large mirror. A sudden electrical surge occurs, causing his hand to pass through the mirror's surface. Intrigued yet cautious, Lena and Josh also reach out, each triggering another electrical surge. To capture the phenomenon, Devin records another attempt. Upon reviewing the footage, they find an identical room on the other side of the mirror, eerily empty. Josh ventures through the mirror entirely, finding himself in an alternate version of the house, where he and his friends are gathered. Despite calling out, they can't hear him. He records the scene with his phone and shares his experience. Though he felt he was there for 15 minutes, Devin insists it was merely 5 seconds for them. To validate this time difference, they time Josh's next trip. When he returns, the time dilation is confirmed. 1 minute in their world equates to 3 hours in the mirror world. They attempt to relocate the mirror for study, but discover it only functions in its specific location and angle, explaining its bolted position. Undeterred, they continue experimenting. When Noelle and Josh individually enter the mirror, they find themselves in different attic versions. However, when they cross while holding hands, they end up in the same place. Noelle theorizes that this mirror serves as a portal to parallel universes. Each entry leads them to a different timeline, yet they always return to their original reality. The periscope's purpose becomes clear. It allows travelers to observe their alternate selves and avoid inadvertent encounters. Armed with this knowledge, the group sees an opportunity. Utilizing the mirror's time dilation, they complete the app ahead of schedule, impressing the company with their efficiency. After submitting their work, they drive past Seth's house to jest about his failed attempt to usurp their opportunity. They then head to Carmen's bar to celebrate. While there, they brainstorm the mirror's potential. Josh's initial idea involves predicting lottery numbers, but this fails due to subtle differences or alts in each universe. Noelle suggests leveraging these differences for their benefit. The group begins exploring various universes in search of valuable insights. However, their efforts yield disappointing results. The maps, history, and news remain consistent across all realities. Their new strategy is straightforward. They start accessing the resources of their alternate selves, indulging in various luxuries with the acquired funds. One evening, Lena explores Marissa's diaries discovered in the attic. Marissa, having moved into the house after her husband's death, stumbled upon the mirror by chance. Initially fascinated by shadowing her alternate self, Marissa later discovers that deceased individuals in her reality might be alive in others. Motivated by this revelation, she embarks on a quest to find a version of her husband still living. Lena finds this pursuit romantic, but Devin is unsettled by the idea. Meanwhile, in another universe, Noelle and Josh reenact a scene from The Godfather. After flamboyantly destroying a pile of cash and costumes, they decide to test a newly acquired firearm. While searching for target items, they stumble upon an unusual DVD, a version of Frankenstein starring Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. Back at home, they share their discovery with the group, realizing that artistic inspirations show greater variation across realities. With this insight, they delve into an alternate universe and easily spot differences, such as the Mona Lisa having short hair. Eager to capitalize on these creative insights, Noelle suggests bringing these ideas back to their world for profit. However, Devin opposes the idea, likening it to Seth's earlier actions of stealing opportunities from them. After a heated debate with his friends, Devin retreats to a computer to search for information about his late father. To his disappointment, the search yields the same tragic outcome. His father, Martin, took his own life after being found guilty of corrupt business dealings to avoid imprisonment. While Devin refrains from exploiting the mirror's capabilities, the others dive headfirst into its potential. Josh impresses girls by seemingly predicting the future. Lena reproduces renowned artworks and sells them as originals, and Noelle imports and resells advanced technology. Their ventures make them immensely wealthy and catapult them to fame, landing them on magazine covers and TV shows. During a party, Seth approaches them, suspicious of their sudden prosperity and mentioning something called the Orion Sky Fund. After he insults Devin's deceased father, Noelle promptly ejects him from the event. After the party, Devin seeks clarification from Noelle about the Orion Sky Fund. Noelle offers limited explanation, assuring Devin he won't take any drastic actions without consulting him first. Later, Noelle takes Devin to another reality to address a matter. They confront a different version of Seth at his residence. Noelle destroys his computer and TV, then confronts Seth physically, inviting Devin to exact revenge for the disparaging remarks made about his father. Devin insists they leave, admonishing Noelle for his aggressive behavior, but Noelle dismisses the alternate versions as insignificant. As Devin delves into Marissa's journal, he discovers her descent into madness and grows concerned that Noelle may be heading down a similar path. To lift Devin's spirits, Josh takes him to another universe where Carmen is receptive to his advances, especially when he serenades her with music from her favorite future band. As the evening progresses and it becomes evident that Josh and Carmen are growing intimate, Devin retreats downstairs to resume his search for information about his father. Despite his efforts, the search yields the same distressing results. Devin fails to notice Carmen's boyfriend arriving and entering the house. Tragically, the boyfriend shoots Josh upon discovering him with Carmen. Reacting swiftly, Devin transports them back to their world. While Lena tends to Josh's wounds, they urge Noelle to call 911. However, Noelle feigns the call, and despite their desperate attempts to save him, Josh succumbs to his injuries. After covering the body with a blanket, the trio debates their next steps. Devin advocates for calling the police, but Noelle opposes this, fearing that they can't explain the bullet's origin. Instead, Noelle suggests replacing the deceased Josh with his counterpart from another universe, a plan that Devin rejects but Lena eventually agrees to. They transport the body to an alternate reality. Upon awakening, Josh finds his friends packing their belongings. Noelle and Lena recount their agreed-upon story. Josh got intoxicated and has no memory of selling their project to a major company. Additionally, thanks to his friend's efforts, Josh landed a developer position at Stanley Tech, a company he has always aspired to join. Overjoyed by his apparent good fortune, Josh doesn't question the narrative and eagerly moves out to begin his new job. While Noelle and Lena continue to bring back ideas from alternate realities and Devin persists in his search for a universe where his father is alive, Josh struggles with stress at his new job. A concerned coworker mentions not wanting Josh to end up like his predecessor, who suffered a mental breakdown after unauthorized videos of him surfaced online. Josh's unease intensifies when he notices discrepancies in his old social media photos, finding that many details don't align with his memories. During one of Noelle's excursions, he narrowly avoids encountering his alternate self and must quickly devise a plan to avoid detection. Meanwhile, Devin confides in Lena about his quest to find his father. He reveals his desire to speak with him again, especially since their last conversation in this reality ended with harsh words before his father took his own life. Later on, after catching Noel spying on Devon using the periscope, Lena learns about his latest acquisition from another reality, the effluvium, a device that can transform matter at a molecular level, turning water into gas for instance. Noel also confides in Lena, praising her ability to dream big, unlike Devon. Meanwhile, Devon discovers an alternate universe where his father is still alive. In this reality, a housekeeper discovered Martin after his overdose and intervened just in time. Devon visits his father in prison, attempting to apologize for their last conversation. Martin expresses regret that Devon didn't confront him sooner about his destructive behavior. Following a heartfelt conversation with his father, Devon returns to his world and invites Noel for a drink. They reminisce about old times before addressing the situation with Josh. Noel reveals that the Orion Sky Fund has been secretly providing financial support to Josh's family, which brings some relief to Devon. Later, Devon attends Lena's art exhibition and finds her drinking excessively, tormented by her guilt. Admitting to her deceit, Lena asks a visitor to critique the only artwork she genuinely created, which remains unnoticed by the crowd. As she starts causing a scene, Devon escorts her out and takes her home. In her room, Devon confesses his admiration for her earlier artworks, even revealing that he attended her first exhibition, producing an old flyer from his wallet as proof. He also reveals that he almost expressed his feelings back then, but was beaten to it by Noel. Touched by these confessions, Lena kisses him, leading to an intimate moment between them. Afterward, they discuss Noel's relentless work schedule, noting his constant energy without showing signs of fatigue. Devon shares insights from Marissa's journal, revealing her intention to switch places with one of her alternate versions. Lena pledges to discuss this with Noel, unaware that he is observing them through the periscope. The following morning, Lena awakens to find Devon gone, leaving behind a note explaining his need for space but assuring he'll return when ready. Unable to reach him by phone, she approaches Noel for answers, but he dismisses her concerns, confident Devon will return in a few weeks. He then attempts to rekindle their relationship, but Lena declines his advances. Their conversation is interrupted by a call from Josh, who requests a meeting with Lena at a cafe. When Lena arrives, she finds Josh looking visibly distressed and pale. Josh expresses his growing concerns, noting that items are not where he remembers placing them. Lena attributes this to the stress of adjusting to a new job, but Josh becomes increasingly frustrated. He insists that he has never experienced job-related issues before, and mentions discovering discrepancies in childhood photos and books, as well as an unexplained pistol in his backpack and persistent stomach pain. He can't shake the feeling that something is amiss. Upon returning home, Lena discovers Noel installing an electric lock on the door. She recounts Josh's unsettling revelations, including the previous employee's breakdown. Noel confesses to manipulating the situation to secure Josh's job, infuriating Lena and straining their relationship. Growing suspicious of Noel, Lena spies on him through the periscope and observes him discarding a phone in the trash. Lena retrieves the discarded phone and connects it to her computer to track its recent locations. She traces it to a lake house in the countryside where Devon is currently residing. Upon investigation, Lena learns that Devon plans to leave the country to evade a lawsuit concocted by Noel involving Seth. When Devon shows no recollection of their intimate encounter, Lena realizes she's with an alternate version of Devon, suspecting that Noel may have harmed this world's Devon. She attempts to clarify the situation, even presenting her old art show flyer as evidence. However, when Devon remains unresponsive, Lena departs, unaware that this Devon discovers the same flyer in his wallet shortly after her exit. Meanwhile, Josh learns from a private investigator that Noel deceived them about selling their project and is now filing patents. Determined to confront him, Josh returns to the house and finds Noel emerging from the mirror in the attic. Confronting Noel at gunpoint, Josh demands that he disconnects the mirror so he can take it with him, approaching him with a tool to facilitate this. While distracted by the mirror's surface, Noel ambushes Josh, throwing him to the floor. They engage in a struggle that results in the accidental discharge of the gun. Bleeding from his wound, Noel is momentarily distracted by an electrical surge. A new version of Noel emerges from the mirror, wielding an advanced firearm. He fatally shoots both Josh and his counterpart. Upon Lena's arrival, she witnesses the aftermath, but Noel remains focused on his grand plan. He showcases the innovative devices he has acquired from alternate realities, emphasizing his ambition to become this era's Edison. Despite expressing his love to multiple versions of Lena, he believes none can match the original. In an attempt to disarm Noel, Lena feigns renewed interest and lures him into a kiss. As she pushes him under the bed, aiming to seize the weapon, the doorbell rings. Noel heads downstairs. The visitor is Carmen. Spotting her through the window, Noel disregards her and returns upstairs. Seizing an opportunity, Lena lunges at him, injuring his leg with the effluvium device. After a fierce struggle, Noel regains control of his firearm. However, he finds himself unable to harm the woman he claims to love. As Noel approaches to persuade her, Lena pushes him away and seizes the opportunity to grab his gun. However, when she attempts to fire, the weapon fails to discharge due to its fingerprint recognition system. Frustrated, Lena attempts to exit the house, but finds herself thwarted by the electric lock Noel installed. Turning to the mirror as an escape route, she is intercepted by Noel, who forcefully pulls her back by her hair. Just as Noel grabs her, Devin arrives, brandishing a firearm. He shoots Noel when Lena manages to break free from his grasp. Noel tumbles into the mirror, prompting Lena to reposition it to prevent his return. As the mirror stops in mid-transition, half of Noel's body re-emerges, revealing his gruesome injuries. After disposing of the body, Lena questions how Devin uncovered the truth. In response, Devin shows her a video message recorded by his alternate self, intended for such an eventuality. Recognizing the danger posed by the mirror, Lena smashes it with an axe before they vacate the house. Days later, the couple drives through the countryside, turning into a radio news segment discussing technological donations made by an anonymous benefactor. During a pit stop at a gas station, Lena visits the restroom. While gazing into the mirror, she detects an electrical surge behind her reflection. Upon returning to the car, she's puzzled to hear a song from a band she hasn't heard in ages. Devin finds it odd since they played that song just an hour prior, chalking it up to her mind wandering. Lena brushes it off, and the couple continues their journey. In a suburban twist, Marissa faces a chilling encounter with her lookalike. Meanwhile, tech duo Noel and Devin encounter a deadline change that leads them to a mysterious attic mirror, revealing alternate realities. As they venture into the unknown, their lives intertwine with parallel universes, leaving them forever changed. I rate this movie a 6.5 out of 10. Comment down below what you would rate it. Looks like this movie pill is starting to wear off. But don't worry, there's always more where that came from. Tap here to keep the effects going with this next movie, because who can stop at just one? And while you're at it, don't forget to like and subscribe, because your next movie dose is just a click away.